Foundation, a journalist, filmmaker, and a director. How do you keep all this balanced?
My life is crazy. Not very well.
And now you're running chickens.
Yeah, I don't know. What a privilege it is, and to be able to do lots of different things. I think that's a real. I think it makes us all happy to be able to juggle things that are done just for money, other things that are done just for pleasure, and always do things that allow us to learn. It makes me always learning, and I feel that I'm never quite finished learning something. I've never got the polished final expertise on something. I'm constantly adding new things, but it makes for a good adventure through life.
Your childhood, it's far from anything that we can relate from. You grow up, your dad's a prime minister, you live a 24/6 drive. What was it like?
It was marvelous. Yeah. It was a fairy tale in some ways. In other ways, it was brutal, but no.
Did it open up lots of opportunities for you?
To a certain extent, except no, I've mostly had to make my own way. Obviously, being in the media and having a well-known name is a terrific advantage.
Right.
But in terms of really, no, but it stimulated my appetite to learn in so many ways. Seeing things when I was, 5, 6 years old, being on these crazy trips to far out places, gave me a taste and a love for the world and a desire to learn about it that will be the story of my life. And also, my father, if I could dare say, was apart from whatever he was in the public sphere, he was an interesting dude.
Yeah.
I was privileged to be able to learn from him. He was a great traveler himself, and that's what I took from him most of all. A sense that the world is full of mysteries that we can slowly try and understand.
In 1974, the House of Commons passed a motion of no confidence, and then in the same year he went to win a majority government. So to us that shows
79.
79, sorry.
Yeah.
To us that shows perseverance. You said you got a taste of traveling from your father and stuff like that. Are there other qualities that you saw in him that you've seen yourself now?
Well, you asked me about fear. He taught precisely from a very young age, not to be. It's not to be afraid,
right,
but not to be overcome by fear, because that makes you irrational. And the idea is to see risks and judge them properly, which you can't do when you're overcome by fear. That a sense also that the world is a very varied place. That just because we believe one thing, and we had very strong beliefs, just because we have these values doesn't mean everyone should have them or does have them. That there is room for difference in the world. That perhaps is the deepest, most important lesson.
Yeah.
And where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Not a grandfather. Well, I have many visions. I'd like to be. I talked about how I'd like to be more and more of a farmer. I'd like to be continue to be out in the world in a big way. I think I'll be writing a lot more in 10 years. I'd like to be able to earn a living from writing, which is the most challenging. But I also, my earliest dream when I started, I'd like to make a Hollywood movie, a big blockbuster movie. I went into documentary because I thought, what is the means of communication that reaches the most amount of people, that haunts us when we're going to sleep at night. It's, it was films, and now it's actually even more high quality television series. So I'm slowly moving towards that. Though journalism in the wide world has still got a hold of me. I have to sort of break with the world to focus on the fiction.
Yeah. And any interest about going to politics?
Not really, no. You know, politics requires a lot of compromise. Requires actually that you care what other people think about you. The requires things. I'm a little bit radical. I don't think I'd be either effective or happy as a politician. But who knows? Maybe in 20 years I'll feel different. I don't see it happening.
Any tips for kids wanting to go into journalism?
Oh, stay curious. Question everything. Starting with immediate authority to everything out there. Question it all. You know, don't let anyone tell you what's true or what's real. Try and find your own answers for all that. And learn about the world. Learn about the past. Learn history. I understand history too is a very useful one. Be open-minded to people, even those who are very different. Especially those who are different. Show them the most interest.